Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. Ready to explore something pretty wild?
Definitely. Always up for a challenge.
Well, today, it's AI and investing. A listener sent in a fascinating transcript.
Oh yeah, from where?
It's from the Margin World podcast, an episode all about AI and modern investing.
Interesting. What's the big takeaway?
We're going to unpack how AI is totally changing the game. The possibilities, the downsides, everything.
I'm intrigued already. AI is such a hot topic right now.
Right? And get this, they even talk about predicting Tesla's stock, just from what people are saying on Twitter.
No way. That's wild. But in a way, it makes sense.
How so?
Well, think about it. Investing's always been about making smart decisions based on data.
True. But there's so much data out there.
Exactly. That's where AI steps in. It can handle huge amounts of information, like way faster than any human could.
So it's like having a superpowered research team, but it's just an AI.
That's a great way to put it. It can spot patterns and insights that humans might totally miss. We're limited by our own biases.
Yeah. We get emotional, or we just can't process all the information at once.
Exactly. But AI, purely objective, just crunching numbers and finding connections.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal.
Yeah.
But how does this actually play out in the real world?
Well, the transcript mentioned this thing called algorithmic trading. It's pretty intense.
Algorithmic trading. Sounds complicated.
It kind of is. Basically, you've got these AI systems making trades at super fast speeds, like lightning fast, based on rules you set beforehand.
Whoa, okay. Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine a stock suddenly dips below a certain price. Boom, the AI automatically buys shares before it can even rebound.
So it's all about speed and taking advantage of tiny windows of opportunity.
Precisely. It's a whole new level of market strategy.
Okay, so that's the speed element. But what about digging deeper? Finding real insights?
That's where machine learning comes in. It's AI, but it learns from historical data to forecast future trends.
Whoa, so it's not just reacting, it's predicting.
Yep. The source had this cool example, like predicting how a company's stock will perform. But it goes way beyond just looking at their old financial reports.
So what else does it factor in?
Everything. Their competitors, overall industry trends, even the whole economic picture. It connects the dots in a way humans just can't.
That's pretty amazing. But I gotta ask, isn't all this high-tech stuff just for Wall Street? Like huge investment firms?
Not at all. In fact, one of the most exciting things about AI is that it's making investing accessible to everybody.
Really? How so?
Well, have you heard of robo-advisors?
Vaguely. I think they use AI to manage your investments, right?
Exactly. Platforms like Betterment and Wealthfront. They create a portfolio for you based on your goals and how much risk you're comfortable with.
So let's say I'm saving for retirement. The robo-advisor would, recommend a mix of stocks and bonds.
Yep. And the cool part is, as you get closer to retirement, it'll automatically adjust that mix to be less risky.
Oh, I see. That's actually really smart. And it sounds way cheaper than hiring a human financial advisor.
You got it. AI is making these sophisticated tools and strategies available to anyone.
That's awesome. And thinking about today's world, with all its uncertainty, what about risk management? Can AI help with that?
Absolutely. Picture a hedge fund with investments across the globe.
Okay, I'm picturing it. Lots of money at stake.
Right. Well, AI can analyze everything. News, social media, government reports, basically anything that could signal potential risk.
So it's like a warning system.
Yep. The source had this example about political instability in a country affecting its stock market. AI could alert the fund to adjust their investments before things get really bad.
Wow, that's incredible. But all this speed and automation, what if the AI messes up?
That's a valid concern, and it shows why we can't just hand over everything to AI. Human oversight is still crucial.
So it's about finding the right balance.
Exactly. AI can make mistakes, especially if the data it's using is flawed.
That makes sense. We got to make sure we're feeding it good information.
Right. It's about using AI as a powerful tool, but not forgetting human judgment.
This is where things get really interesting, though. The transcript mentions sentiment analysis. That sounds like mind reading.
Not quite, but it's pretty close. Basically, AI can analyze what people are saying online about a stock or a whole market.
Wait, so it's like reading news articles, social media posts, and figuring out public opinion.
You got it?
And that can predict how a stock might perform.
It can definitely give some strong signals. The source used Tesla as an example. Remember when they announced their plans for more affordable electric vehicles?
Yeah, everyone was talking about it.
Exactly. Online sentiment went through the roof, people were excited, and guess what? Tesla's stock price went up.
Wow, it's like AI is taking some of the mystery out of investing.
In a way it is, but it's also adding a whole new layer of complexity.
I can see that. So where does this leave someone like me? Interested in AI, but not a computer whiz. How can I even start making sense of all this?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll dive into in the next part of our deep dive.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we've talked about the basics of AI in investing. Now let's see how it actually works in different strategies.
Yeah, good idea. Like, what about value investing? That's all about finding those undervalued companies, right?
Exactly. Traditionally, you'd be digging through tons of financial statements, comparing companies, super time-consuming.
Sounds tedious.
It can be. But AI can speed things up big time. It can quickly analyze tons of data, compare companies' financials to the industry average.
So you can see if they're actually undervalued.
Right. It can even spot red flags or assess how effective the management team is, stuff that might take humans forever to figure out.
Wow, that's impressive. But value investing is also about finding companies with long-term growth potential. Can AI really predict that?
Well, predicting the future is always tricky, right? But AI can definitely look for clues, like how much a company is investing in research and development.
Oh, I see. So if they're putting money into innovation, that's a good sign.
Exactly. Or how they're expanding their market share. AI can pick up on those signals much faster than a human could.
It's like it's giving you a head start.
You could say that it's not about replacing human judgment, though, more like enhancing it.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've talked about value investing. What about growth investing? That's more about companies with high potential, even if they're not profitable yet, right?
You got it. Think start-and-start companies shaking up traditional industries.
Risky, but potentially big rewards.
Yep.
So how does AI fit in there?
Well, growth investors are looking for innovation, a competitive edge. AI can analyze stuff like patent filings, research publications, even social media trends.
To see what's gaining traction.
Exactly. It can help spot emerging technologies and the companies leading the way.
So it's like having a glimpse into the future.
Kinda. It can also analyze market trends, consumer behavior, see which companies are likely to win in the long run.
That's pretty powerful. But those are just two strategies. What about all the others? Is AI making its way into those too?
Definitely. Like momentum investing. That's all about riding the wave of existing trends.
Buying stocks that are already on the rise?
Yep. AI can analyze price movements, trading volume, even news sentiment to find those stocks with strong momentum.
So it's all about timing the market perfectly.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Hmm.
And then you have income investors who are more focused on steady cash flow and dividends.
Okay, those are the folks looking for regular payouts.
Right. AI can help them too. It can analyze a company's financial health, their history of paying dividends, even see how committed the management team is to those shareholder payouts.
So AI can be helpful for a lot of different investors.
Exactly. It's becoming an essential tool no matter your strategy or risk tolerance. But the key takeaway is it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
It's more like a set of tools you can customize to your needs.
Precisely. And it always comes back to this. AI is there to augment human expertise, not replace it.
I like that. So looking ahead, what do you think the future holds? Will we all just end up relying on robo-advisors?
Robo-advisors are definitely gaining traction, especially for newer investors or those who prefer a more hands-off approach.
Yeah, they do seem convenient.
They are, but I think the future's more about collaboration. Humans and AI working together.
Interesting. What do you picture that looking like?
Well, imagine AI providing all those data-driven insights, market analysis, risk assessments, and then human investors using their experience, intuition, that big picture understanding of the world to make the final call.
It's like a partnership combining the best of both worlds.
That's the idea. And as AI keeps getting smarter, we might even see hyper-personalized strategies. Imagine a system that knows your goals, your risk tolerance, even your values and dreams.
That's kind of mind-blowing. But with all this emphasis on tech, what about the human element? Will there always be a place for intuition in investing?
That's such an important question, and I firmly believe the answer is yes. AI is amazing at processing information, but it can't fully grasp human behavior. Those complex global events, the things that require creativity and problem solving, those are still human strengths.
So it's not a competition, but a collaboration.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it this way. AI is like the engine of a car, providing power and efficiency. But the human investor is still the driver, deciding where to go and how to get there.
That's a great analogy. So we're not giving up control, we're using AI to help us navigate.
Precisely. And as we keep exploring AI's potential, we can't forget the ethical side of things.
Yeah, that's something we've got to talk about. Technology is great, but it needs to be used responsibly.
Absolutely. As AI becomes more common in finance, transparency and fairness are crucial. We need to be aware of potential biases in algorithms, the risks of market manipulation, and of course, protecting everyone's data and privacy.
Those are all really important points. It's not enough to just adopt new technology. We have to shape it in a way that benefits everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The future of investing isn't set in stone, it's something we're all actively creating. By approaching AI with a balanced perspective, recognizing both the possibilities and the challenges, we can make a financial system that works for everyone.
Those are powerful words to keep in mind.
And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with this question. What steps are you taking to prepare for this AI-driven future of investing? Are you ready to adapt, learn new skills, and embrace the changes coming our way?
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, from how AI works to the ethical stuff, but now I think it's time for the practical advice, like what can investors actually do to prepare for this AI-powered future?
Well, like with anything new and kind of complicated, the first step is learning, really understanding how AI is being used in investing.
Okay, so educate yourself. But there's a lot of jargon out there. Algorithmic trading, machine learning. How do we get past the buzzwords?
It's about going deeper, right? There are tons of resources, online courses, books, industry reports. Even some financial institutions have great educational stuff on AI and investing.
And of course, podcasts like ours can help. But once you have the basics down, what's next?
Well, it's time to get your hands dirty. Try things out.
Oh, you mean like actually investing with AI?
Exactly. And a good starting point is robo-advisors. It's a low-risk way to see AI portfolio management in action. Plus, many platforms have free trials or low minimums to start.
So you can dip your toes in without diving head first. I like
Hmm.
that. But what about those of us who like to be more hands-on, managing our own portfolios?
There are tons of AI tools for that too. We mentioned Zax and Morningstar. They have great AI insights for stock analysis, market research, portfolio optimization.
So it's not about blindly following the AI, but using it to improve your own decisions.
Exactly. It's like having an AI assistant working alongside you.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But how do you even choose the right tools? There's so many out there.
Do your research. Read reviews, compare features, look at their track record. Transparency is key, so choose platforms that explain their methods clearly and how their algorithms work.
Makes sense. And don't forget, AI is powerful, but it's not magic. Investing always has risks.
Absolutely. And speaking of risk, be mindful of data privacy and security. Choose reputable providers who take that stuff seriously.
Oh yeah, that's crucial. You don't want your information falling into the wrong hands. As we're talking about all this, I keep thinking about how fast things are changing. We got to be ready to adapt, right?
You got it. The financial world is constantly evolving, and AI is only speeding things up. The investors who succeed will be the ones who embrace continuous learning.
So stay informed, be open to new ideas.
Exactly. Be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for the market to change, anticipate it. And don't be afraid to challenge the old ways of doing things.
It's all about having that growth mindset. But with all this focus on tech and adapting, it's easy to forget the human side of investing. It's not just numbers, it's people's lives and dreams.
That's so true, and it brings us back to those ethical questions. As we bring AI into finance, we have to ensure it's being used responsibly, transparently, and for the benefit of everyone.
We need to ask ourselves, what kind of financial system do we want? One that's fair and sustainable.
Exactly. These are big, important questions, and we need to keep having these conversations, bringing together tech people, investors, policymakers, holding each other accountable. That's how we'll use AI to build a better world.
Couldn't agree more. This has been an amazing deep dive. We've explored so much about AI and investing. It's definitely a game changer.
It is. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Embrace the possibilities, navigate the challenges, and never stop learning. The future of investing is full of potential, and those who are prepared will thrive.
Wise words. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. We hope you learned a lot. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep investing in your future.